ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So we are reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, text number 10. So we'll read the shloka followed by translation and purport. सर्वेषु शाश्वतनुभृष्व अवस्थितम् यथाखम् आत्मानम् अभीष्टमीश्वरम् वेदोपगीतं च न शृण्वते बुधा मनोरथानां प्रवदन्ति वार्तया सर्वेषु शाश्वत तनुभृष्व अवस्थितम् यथाखम् आत्मानम् अभीष्टमीश्वरम् वेदोपगीतं च न शृण्वते अभुदा मनोरथानां प्रवदन्ति वार्तया सर्वेषु शाश्वत तनुभृष्व अवस्थितम् यथाखमात्मानम् अभीष्टमीश्वरम् वेदोपगीतं च न शृण्वते अभुदा मनोरथानां प्रवदन्ति वार्तया. Please repeat. शाश्वत अनुभृष्ट अवस्थितम् सर्वेषु शाश्वत अनुभृष्ट अवस्थितम् यथाखमात्मानम् अभीष्ट ईश्वरम् सर्वेषु शाश्वत तनुभृष्व अवस्थितम् यथाखमात्मानम् अभीष्ट ईश्वरम् वेदोपगीतं च न शृण्वते बुधा मनोरथानां प्रवदन्ति वार्तया. माताजी. सर्वेषु शाश्वत तनुभृष्व अवस्थितम् यथाखमात्मानम् अभीष्ट ईश्वरम् वेदोपगीतं च न शृण्वते बुधा मनोरथानां प्रवदन्ति वार्तया. Okay, word to word meaning. Sarveshu, in all. Shashvat, eternally. Tanubhrishta, embodied living beings. Avastitam, situated. Yatha, just as. Kham, the sky. Atmanam, the supreme soul. Abhishtam, most worshipable. Ishwaram, ultimate controller. Ved Upagitam, glorified by the Vedas. Cha, also. na shrinvante, they do not hear. Abhuda, unintelligent persons. Manaha rathanam, of whimsical pleasures. Pravadanti, they go on discussing. Vartaya, the topics. Translation and purport by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The personality of Godhead is eternally situated within the heart of every embodied being. Still, the Lord remains situated apart, just as the sky, which is all-pervading, does not mix with any material object. Thus, the Lord is the supreme worshipable object and the absolute controller of everything. He is absolutely glorified in the Vedic literature, but those who are bereft of intelligence do not like to hear about him. They prefer to waste their time discussing their own mental concoctions, which inevitably deal with gross material sense gratification, such as sex life and meat eating. Please repeat the translation after me. The personality of Godhead is eternally situated within the heart of every embodied being. Still, the Lord remains situated apart, just as the sky, which is all-pervading, does not mix with any material object. Thus, the Lord is the supreme worshipable object and the absolute controller of everything. He is elaborately glorified in the Vedic literature, but those who are bereft of intelligence do not like to hear about him. They prefer to waste their time discussing their own mental concoctions, which inevitably deal with gross material sense gratification, such as sex life and meat eating. Purport. In Bhagavad-gita, Lord Krishna says, Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyaha. The goal of all Vedic knowledge is to know the Lord, who is absolute truth. Although this purpose of the Vedas is clearly revealed both in Vedic literature itself and by the self-realized acharyas, foolish people cannot grasp the simple truth. They prefer to cultivate knowledge of illicit sex by discussing their sexual partners and experiences. They also eagerly describe and recommend to their friends the best restaurants for eating meat, and they are fond of glorifying drugs and liquor by elaborately describing the drunken and hallucinogenic effects of their sinful experiences. The materialistic sense gratifiers eagerly call one another on the telephone, congregate the clubs and committees, and enthusiastically go on hunting, drinking, and gambling exertions, thus filling their lives with the modes of ignorance. They have neither the time nor the inclination to discuss the absolute truth, Krishna. Unfortunately, they neglect the Supreme Lord, who therefore severely punishes such a foolish person in order to bring them back to their senses. Everything belongs to the Lord, and everything is meant for the Lord's enjoyment. When the living entity dovetails his activities for the pleasure of the Lord, he experiences unlimited happiness. Yena sattvam shuddhet yasmat brahma sokhyam tu anantam. There is actually no happiness in material affairs, and the Lord mercifully punishes the intoxicated continuational soul to bring him back to his real life. Unfortunately, materialistic persons do not heed the advice of the Supreme Lord in Bhagavad-gita or that of the Lord's representative, who speak in allied literature such as Srimad Bhagavatam. Instead, such a sense gratifier consider themselves to be most eloquent and learned. Every materialistic person actually feels that he is the most intelligent person, and thus he has no time to hear the actual truth. Nevertheless, The personality of Godhead, as described in this verse, waits patiently within the heart of the conditioned soul, encouraging him to recognize the Lord who is sitting beside him. Such a recognition of the personality of Godhead is the beginning of all auspiciousness and happiness for the conditioned souls. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yenaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Mandeham Shri Guru Shri Ruta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurtvashe Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I like to take blessings of all devotees present here so that I can able to discuss something for my own purification and for pleasures of all of you. So this verse is very nice, describing the situation of our Manoratha, mind, who is not absorbing in the topics of Krishna, but in the topics of all worldly affairs. So, just to start with, I like to ask one question. So, who is the person who has never left us? Not even for single moment. Who is that person? Huh? Krishna. Yeah, because you are devotees, so Krishna conscious. So always you have all this consciousness of Krishna. Yes, right. Krishna is the person who never left us. He is always there in our heart. But sometimes in ignorance, we think that person is our parents, or friends, wife, some colleagues, or all that. Even they are absent in some point. But the person who never left us in any situation of life is Krishna. Therefore, Chamas Muni is now actually telling this sloka. Now you can once again carefully listen. The personality of Godhead is eternally situated within the heart of every embedded being. Still, the Lord remains situated apart, just as the sky, which is all-pervading, does not mix with any material object. Thus, the Lord is supreme worshipable object and the absolute controller of everything. He is elaborately glorified in the Vedic literature, but those who are bereft of intelligence do not like to hear about him. They prefer to waste their time discussing their own mental concoction, which inevitably deals with the gross material sense gratification, such as sex life and meat eating. So I am going to discuss mainly on this theme of what? The closest person to our heart, who is Krishna, but we always ignore him. We always ignore him. We don't care about the caring person Krishna, who always care for us. Therefore, here these lines come, Sarvesh Shashvat Tanubhrishtu Avastitam. The personality of Godhead is eternally situated within the heart of every embodied being. Still, the Lord remains situated apart, just as the sky, which is all-pervading, does not mix with any material object. So, Lord Krishna is our best friend. The definition of friend is what? A friend in need is friend in deed. In every situation of life, the friend should be there. But who is that friend? Is always there with us. Not our relatives, not our some close friends, but that friend is Lord Krishna, who is always there. Not in this current body, current human form of life. Yeah. Krishna, if we'll analyze our current human life, Krishna was there in the womb, when we are in the womb of mother. In childhood, Krishna was there with us in the form of Paramatma. In youth, in old age, and the Krishna will be there always. What to talk of this human form of life? We have taken so many births, previous or some abominable bodies also we have accepted, like worms in a stool. Still, Krishna prefers to be there with us in the worm of stool with us. That is the compassion of Krishna. He's always there, always waiting. Prabhupada writes here, always waiting. When this person will just listen to me, just will remember me, just will not act on the Manorath, but listen to me and act on Krishna consciousness or according to my instruction. So Krishna is waiting. Therefore, Prabhupada is mentioning here the very famous slok, Bhagavad-gita 15:15. Sarvasya chaham ridisannivisto mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. In another place, another shloka comes, Bhagavad-gita 18.61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam Riddheshi Arjuna tishtati bhamayam sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjun, and is directing the wandering of all living entities who are seated as on machine made up of material energy. So now, question comes, if Krishna is so close, then why don't we experience him? Why we are not experiencing him? Krishna is always there within our heart. So why we are not experiencing him? Why we are not feeling his presence always? Why we are bereft of Krishna consciousness? So the answer is in this shloka. What? Na srinvante. Na srinvante. Na srinvante. So na srinvante. We don't hear, or we don't like to hear about him. What we like to hear? The material kachra, material garbage. We always absorb our mind in the all materialistic dirt, outside dirt, but we don't want to hear about the Krishna. We don't hear, or we don't like to hear. Na srinvante. So Krishna is not absent. Krishna is there, but our attention is elsewhere. We are not attentive to presence of Krishna. Where attention is diverted to this dirt of all materialistic topics. Prabhupada is especially mentioning about the gross material sense gratification, such as discussion of sex life and meat eating. Prabhupada is mentioning how they discuss about their sex partners, restaurants, where the best meat is available and all that, how they can gratify their senses. So we always discuss or always engage in discussing such topics. Therefore, Krishna is not absent. Krishna is there. But we are aware of Krishna. Why? Because we are not like to hear about Krishna, or we don't hear Krishna. We don't want to hear about Krishna. Therefore, our heart is occupied by other conversations. So what occupies our conversation? Occupies our heart. Therefore, the line is mentioned here, Manorathanam pravadanti vartaya. That all this other vartaya, materialistic vartaya, is occupied our heart. Therefore, we can see in our life also, whenever we meet, whenever we discuss with some devotees, or if we are working outside, whenever we meet, wherever we talk about office things, what is going on office, some politics, some cricket, or nowadays this football, or some sense gratification, or some mobile, whatever that, or some discussion about other devotees, sometime glorification, but mostly fault finding. So, and nowadays this hot topic, trending topic is going on of NEET, Andolan, student Andolan. So always our heart is occupied with these different thoughts. Science says in our day-to-day life, 60,000 thoughts occurs in our mind. So if your mind is now attentive to each these 60,000 thoughts, and we are now processing these 60,000 thoughts, where is the time for Krishna? So that call of Krishna, na srinvante, we are not like to hear, or we don't hear, or we miss the topics of Krishna. So our life goes where our attention goes. Therefore, our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj used to always narrate this story of Brahman and the prostitute. So one prostitute was there and one Brahman was there. So Brahman used to always see the prostitute. Oh, who is coming and who is going, all that. And prostitute always used to think how this glorious Brahmana is there. He's always getting chance to worship Lord, glorify Lord, always talk about Lord. And then in that village, suddenly something happened, some natural calamity, and both died. So who came? Yamraj came and took whom? Brahmana. Why? Because his consciousness was there, always thinking in topics of sense gratification or materialistic affairs. But the prostitute, who was thinking of the greatness of this Brahmana, glories of Krishna Bhakti and all that, how he was engaged. So she got next chance. So always Maharaj used to tell and used to mention this statement. Our life goes where our mind goes or attention goes. So we have to ask ourselves the question, when was the last time we called someone in our room or in our meetings and simply asked them, please glorify Krishna for me? When was the last time it happened to me? That I called someone and just said, please glorify Krishna. If we'll ask ourselves, that was so long before it happened actually. Sometimes in our short meetings, Nimayanta Prabhu, before starting meeting, he always asks us, give a task, what? Say something about Krishna. And it is very difficult to say something for 2 minutes. Sometimes because we know now this meeting is going to happen and this question will be there, that glorify Krishna. So we prepare in advance. Advance preparation. Some glorification. SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple ki jai. Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki jai. Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai. So in advance, sometimes I go and I prepare some discussion about Krishna so that whenever this question will come, I will be ready. But naturally, it is very difficult to glorify Krishna for 2 minutes. So the person who is always close to our heart, but it is very difficult to glorify him. So why this is happening? Because there is always a battle between Manorath and Bhagavat Rath. So this is now symbolic analogy. I will explain a little bit. So what is this Manorath? There are two Rath. One is Manorath. Manorathena dhavato asadbahi. This comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12. So this Manorath is Rath made up of mind. The 4-letter Guru mind, which always dictates from inside and tells us what I think, what I feel, what I want, what I don't like to, what I don't want, all that. And he always detects us, and those who are arud on this Manorath, they will always do activity detected by the this mind. And another Ratha is what? This Bhagavat Rath, which is directed by Guru, Shastra, Sadhu, Krishna. So this Manorath will take us where we want to go. But this Bhagavat Rath will take us where we need to go. where the actual goal of our life, there that Bhagavad Rath will take us. But because of illusion and this attack of this modes of material nature, we always dictated or always act dictated by our mind. And then whatever we like, whatever we want, whatever I like, whatever is best for me, I think, according to my opinion, bereft of all shastric injection. So then I will achieve what I need. But when we act on the Ratha of Bhagavat Rath, that Rath will take us where we need to go. So why this is happening, I already mentioned, but why our consciousness is not absorbing the thought of Krishna or this? Because nowadays in this modern era, so much information overload, so much information. Information overload, spiritual starvation. So much. So in modern application, you can see today's youth know everything. Even small child knows everything, which he should not supposed to know. But he knows everything by the medium of mobile, internet and everything. So today's youth know everything except themselves. They don't know who they are, what is the goal of their life, why they come here, what they want to do. They don't know this, but they know everything external of this whole Brahmanda they know. They just on the tap of their finger, everything is available there. Just search something, you will get to know. This is so much information overload is there. Thousands of reels, hundreds of podcasts, hours of scrolling, but no time for Krishna. There is no time for Krishna. One scientific study I was reading, the attention span, earlier it was 14 seconds for human being. Now it reduced to 6 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds. Therefore, because of our attention span is now reduced, so these materialistic people, they have reduced the length of videos also. Earlier, we used to listen 1 hour lecture or whatever. Now they have brought down it to some seconds, few seconds. Therefore, now scrolling it. Therefore, so much information with attentively we are now scrolling, because our attention span is limited to 6 seconds. The information which is now given in 6 seconds will be directly in the memory of our mind will be that be there for eternity now. So much kachra. So gigo, garbage in, garbage will out. Good will in, good will out. But what is happening? Because of this information overload, so much this wrong information or the unnecessarily content, our mind is getting absorbed to. Therefore, the problem is that we are not able to remember Krishna, or not. There is no space in our memory allocation for Krishna. Our memory is full with what? All these materialistic topics. And every day, we are scrolling hundreds of other news, other topics, and that information getting overload. Therefore, this topics of Krishna now is far away from us. So now what is the solution? What is the solution? So instead of discussing people, we have to discuss Krishna. Instead of WhatsApp gossip, we have to do Hari Katha. Then gradually again we will come back to that some drops of Krishna consciousness will be there, will come in our heart, and our again will become Krishna conscious. Therefore, very nice shloka comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Brahmaji is glorifying Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Shloka number 5. Very nice shloka. If you can show, Prabhuji. Ye tu tvadeya charanambuja kosha gandham jigranti karna vivare shrutivata nitam bhaktya grihita charanah paraya cha tesham nape sinatha rudayam burhat swapumsam. 395. So translation goes like this. O my Lord, Brahmaji is praying, O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. So, this is a process. So, now Krishna is absent from our heart. We are not feeling, we are not experiencing Krishna in our heart, although he is in the heart. So, what we have to do now? We have to hear Hari Katha, the smell of aroma of lotus feet of Lord, which is carried by Hari Katha. That will enter from our ear and that will go to our heart. Then Krishna will again manifest, or he is already there, but we will start feeling the presence of Krishna again. And then Krishna will start the cleaning of our heart. All this kachara, all this information, which is unnecessary information, he himself will take a broom and he will then wipe it out from our heart. Therefore, for conditioned soul, Krishna has to work very hard in our heart. He's standing there. It is mentioned for yogi, Krishna is standing in their heart. Why? Because working hard for cleansing the heart, taking broom in heart and cleansing from all. Cheto darpana marjanam bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam anandambudivardhanam pratipadam purnarmita swadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So in Sankirtan, when we hear regularly this Krishna, about topics about Krishna, Hari Katha, then the Krishna will enter from our ears and then will situate in our heart, and then actual our purification heart will happen. Then when by hearing Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya, sometimes again we will forget Krishna because this is our conditioned life. So what we have to do? Now Krishna enters one time by hearing Hari Katha. Now he is there. We are now experiencing Krishna. But after some time again he will not start experiencing them. Then what we have to do? Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Again here regularly. Therefore the instruction Srila Prabhupada is always mentioning and started this regular Bhagavatam class. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. I saw many devotees in our ashram also. They Nityam, they hear. That is very good habit. Someday I also will reach to that platform. Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Always they keep their mobile phone, good use of mobile phone, hearing Hari Katha, always experiencing this bliss of Krishna consciousness. So then Krishna will stay in our heart. And then gradually all anarthas will be removed from our heart. And then we will become a pure devotee. Therefore, for pure devotees, then the situation of Krishna changes. Then the Vaishnava bhajan comes. Tomar vidaye sada Govinda Vishram Govinda kohena mora Vaishnava paran. Then for pure devotees, Krishna is now Vishram. No further now cleansing happened because they are continuously experiencing the nectarian juice of Hari Katha. Now Krishna is there. They are experiencing Krishna. They are fully Krishna conscious. Now Krishna is telling now, yes, goal achieved. Now they are already in the spiritual world. Just here, they are here for preaching another conditioned souls. So Govinda is now doing Vishram. And so we saw what? Instead of talking about people, we have to talk about Krishna. Instead of WhatsApp gossip, we have to do Hari Katha. And instead of criticism, whenever we meet, instead of criticism, we have to appreciate. In such a association of devotees, Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-25 says what? Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayanah kata tajoshanad ashvapavargavartmani shraddha ratir bhakti anukramashyati. Then will this habit will change from criticism to glorifying in the association of devotees, start the culture of glorifying Krishna. Then what will happen? In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such a knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. So then our Krishna consciousness will start. So Krishna is calling, but we are not listening. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, at least we are fortunate here. We got to know about Krishna, getting to know regularly about Krishna. We got good platform here, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya, association of good devotees, and bona fide parampara, not hodgepodge, based on authentic scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-gita. We are getting everything, and Krishna is calling us. He's waiting. Prabhupada is writing. He's waiting. Krishna, Prabhupada writes here. Nevertheless, the personality of Godhead, as described in this verse, waits patiently within the heart of the conditioned soul, encouraging him to recognize the Lord who is sitting beside him. Such a recognition of the personality of God is the beginning of all auspiciousness and happiness for the conditioned soul. So Krishna is waiting for us from time immemorial. This statement comes now in which Mundak Upanishad and Shetashwar Upanishad. This statement comes that there is two birds. One is soul and one is super soul. This compared soul is super soul are two friendly birds sitting on the same tree. So one of the bird, the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruits of the tree, and other bird, Krishna, is simply watching his friend and is waiting. One day will come, he will look towards me, and he will start taking guidance from me as a Paramatma within, and then Chaitya Guru from Paramatma from within, and then externally as a spiritual master. So Krishna is ready to guide, to inspire, to wait for us. He is calling us. He is there always waiting for us, so that one day we'll come to him. He guides within. It's like we can see so many examples from scriptures also. He inspired Ajamil. This comes in purport of Srimad Bhagavatam 6:32. I will just like to read that statement. Yes, this comes in starting only. Purport of starting. Srimad Bhagavatam 6:32. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 22:54, association with devotees is recommended by all the Shastras, because by even a moment of such association, one can receive the seed of all perfection. In the beginning of his life, Ajamal was certainly very pure, and he associated with devotees and Brahmanas. Because of that pious activity, even though he was fallen, he was inspired to name his son Narayan. Certainly, this was due to good counsel given from within by Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna within our heart guides. He guided Ajamila. He's guiding us. Another example comes up Vidura in 3:116. This translation goes like this. Thus being pierced by the arrows through his ears and afflicted to the core of his heart, Vidura placed his bow on the door and quit his brother's palace. He was not sorry for he considered the act of the external energy to the supreme. So Vidura also, when he was also there in palace doing all this politics and all that, but when he got the chance mercifully by Duryodhan, so Krishna inspired by external energy, inspired. Now go out, quit this palace and do Harikatha now, and exclusive Harikatha. And then he grabbed that opportunity and went for pilgrimage, and all that associated with so many sadhus, Maitreya Muni and all that. So Krishna guides from within. Then Prabhupada writes, he encouraged also. He encouraged Narad boy. Krishna encouraged Narad boy. 1:6:21. O Narad, the Lord spoke. I regret that during this lifetime you will not be able to see me anymore. Those who are incomplete in service and who are not completely freed from all material taints can hardly see me. O virtuous one, you have only once seen my person, and this is just to increase your desire for me. Because the more you hanker for me, the more you will be freed from all material desires. So Krishna encourages also sometimes. And then see, due to encouragement of Krishna, the Narada boy became a great Narad Muni, the pure devotee. He was glorifying the Krishna now everywhere, always. Then Prabhupada writes in this purport what? Sometimes Krishna mercifully punish also to bring them back. Where this comes? Yes. Unfortunately, they neglect the Supreme Lord, who therefore severely punished such a foolish person in order to bring them back to their senses. So Krishna lovingly chastises or punishes a devotee so that he can come back to, again, his consciousness, come back to Krishna consciousness again. So in the case of Jad Bharat, so Jad Bharat, although he was in a bhav stage, but due to some negligence or attachment to deer, he was deviating from his path of devotional service. So then Krishna chastised by giving him birth in lower form. So Prabhupada write very nicely to make this point understand that sometimes in the life of devotees, some miseries come. That miseries are not due to karmic reactions. That are not due to karmic reaction, but that are due to the hindrances created by Supreme Lord only. So that the devotional service of devotee gets mature, and again he establishes or comes to the platform of pure devotional service. So Prabhupada writes in purport that due to his stringent execution of devotional service, Maharaj Bharat could remember the activities of his past life and how he was raised to the spiritual platform. Due to his foolishness, he became attached to an insignificant deer and thus fell down and had to accept the body of deer. This is significant for every devotee. If we misuse our position and think that we are fully engaged in devotional service and can do whatever we like, we have to suffer like Bharat Maharaj and be condemned to accept the types of body that impairs our devotional service. Only the human form is able to execute devotional service. But if we voluntarily give this up for sense gratification, we certainly have to be punished. This punishment is not exactly like that endured by ordinary materialistic person. By the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee is punished in such a way that his eagerness to attain the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva is increased. So Krishna guides, Krishna encourages, Krishna chastises. So Krishna is there always waiting for us. He's never gave up on me. Never. He has never given up. He's always there on the task of bringing back all conditioned soul back to Godhead. Therefore, he is there in the heart. But the misfortune of conditioned soul is that the person who is closest to our heart, we are always ignoring him, always not listening to their good instruction. So to conclude, that again the question we started from, who is the closest person? Krishna. Who is the most neglected person? Krishna. Who is the most patient person? Krishna. Is waiting for us. You know, who is still waiting. One day, this condition, my mama ansha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana, my separated ansha will come back to me and enjoy the supreme transcendental bliss again, not rotting in this material world, full of suffering, miseries, threefold miseries, fourfold problems, janma mrityu jara vyadi. So greatest tragedy is not that Krishna is far away. The greatest tragedy is that he is so close, yet we are too distracted to notice him. Let us, so therefore I discuss this Manorath. So let us replace Manorath Varta with Hari Katha, so that the Lord who has always been our heart may finally become the Lord of our heart. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So any corrections, comments, Roji, and devotees can do now.
Hare Krishna. In third canto, fifth chapter, there are last few verses. There are prayers by demigods. So in that, one of the prayer is Yasyana Bandho Asaddeha Gehe Aham Mama Iti Uda Duragrahanam Pumsam Suduram Purusham Tapurnam Vrajema Yatte Yat Pada Sarojapitam. So the meaning of this verse is, my dear Lord, even though you are sitting in everybody's heart and very close to us, we cannot know you because everybody is under the conception of asaddeha, bodily concept of life, and everybody is thinking aham mama, I and mine, aham mama, iti uda duragrahana. So these are the great. So that is one reason given. Even though Krishna is sitting in our heart, we cannot know because everybody is thinking aham mama, I and myself, and like that. And the same demigods, when they were praying to the Lord, after Vritrasura appeared, and the Lord appeared, and they said, my dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are beyond three modes of nature. And then you created us. And then you are sitting in everybody's heart. We all know, but we cannot know you, we cannot see you, because everybody in this world thinks that I am God. So that is the disease. These are the two, aham mama, and I think that I am God. That's why I cannot see Krishna. Otherwise, like you are very nicely saying, he's the closest person to us, but I cannot know. Like that's why it is, there is one more verse, 13th chapter, Bahirantascha Bhutanam Acharam Charam Evacha Sukshmatvatta Najneyam Durastam Chantikech Tat. Bahirantascha Bhutanam. You are inside and outside. Acharam and Charam. You are in moving entities and non-moving entities. And then but you are very small. Sukshmatvat na vijñeyo. Durastam chantike. You are very near and you are very far. So one Acharya says, for Prahlad Maharaj, he is the nearest. For Hiranyakashipu, even though he went to Vaikuntha, he is very far. So because we cannot know.
Thank you, Prabhu.
A small suggestion, whenever we give lecture, we should not include everybody among fallen people. Like, you kept on saying, we. Somebody may be there who is not, going through the reels, maybe like Nimai Nitai Prabhu. So we should not include, like one should say, I am fallen. We should not say, we are all fallen. That is the etiquette. Because some pure devotee may be sitting there, and then If I say everybody is fallen, then you are offending that person.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. You mentioned that waits patiently. What example you gave for that waits patiently, Lord?
For waiting patiently.
Ah,
So I give general example that in our heart also Krishna is waiting patiently from time immemorial. In every life after life, we have taken so many births, abominable births. He is there in our heart as a Paramatma, waiting for us. One day, he will listen to me and again resume in Krishna consciousness. Although in this supreme, this human form of life, he is also again waiting one day that the analogy is given from the Munduk Upanishad, two birds sitting, one is super soul and another is super soul. The soul is only enjoying the fruit, and super soul, another friend is just watching his activities and is waiting. One day he will just uh, listen to me and start his original position, Krishna consciousness. Yes.
and also this 1621 you were quoting for what?
1620 encourages. Narad boy encouraged by Krishna.
Okay.
That he gave just a glimpse of this for 1 second or 2 second. Krishna gave the darshan to Narad boy because of his association with that four that sadhus. So now his devotional service is not matured enough. So then Krishna encourages. Now this is this now you do your mature bhakti, again you will able to attain me. So Krishna gave darshan also and again encourage. Now the purification is not yet over. Now you seriously do your remaining part of devotional service and then you will achieve me. So he encourages.
So to Narada boy, the encouragement came in the way of listening to the God, listening to Krishna. So in my life, how I can see that some encouragement is there or not?
So in our life also, Prabhuji, many devotees encourages us. Sometimes we, therefore, I heard that there should be one devotee in our life that who is our like a well-wisher, true well-wisher. He is always thinks well for me. He is good for me, and he's always ready to correct me whenever I am misdirected in our life. Because many times our spiritual master is not there, like directly to watch us, to guide us. Sometimes some authorities also they are there, but not directly watching us. But our friends, our the devotees whom with we are associating with, they always observe us, what is going on in our life. So there should be one person whom we are given the adhikar that Prabhuji, please always catch my this shikha and correct me. So then in that way Krishna will encourage from that devotee also. And devotees encourages. The Krishna encourages from the madhyam of devotees, medium of devotees. So because we are now in so much all this vartaya, that the encouragement of Krishna we did not able to pick. This is the encouragement from Krishna. The devotees always encourage Prabhuji. And some closest devotees like this, they always correct us directly also. You going in wrong direction like this.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, my question is like, in which case the Paramatma can be pursued or realized? Like Prabhupada mentions in one of the purport that how for pure devotees case the Paramatma is actually like he is able to understand and hear hymns. So, in our case, how it is applicable?
Therefore, the process is given. Guru Krishna Prasade by Bhakti Ladavij, Madhya 20 to 54 this shloka comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Guru Krishna Prasade by Bhakti Lata Bij. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, now we have this process is given. So to the degree we will follow the process very heartily, then our heart will purify, Cheto Darpan Marjan will happen, then we will able to gradually will able to understand this good counsel is given by the Paramatma. And externally Krishna manifests as a supreme spiritual master, because we are not listening to the Lord himself there in the Chitta Guru in the form of Paramatma. So now externally some Guru has appeared, Krishna has appeared in the form of our spiritual master. He is guiding us. He has given the process. All this, Srila Prabhupada has given this process. Now if we are sincere, we will follow, then the Paramatma inside also will start reciprocating them. Will start gradually.
So currently also to some degree Paramatma is playing
Yes. Why not?
So,
In the beginning of our devotional service, we feel very encouraged, very eager to do everything. The Krishna, who is that giving all encouragement, happiness, bliss of that, some drop of nectar of that supreme bliss, Krishna only gives to just encourage us. But what happens? We just enjoy that moment, and later when we become, we have to mature our devotional service. I sometimes get carried away, and then problem happens. So Krishna gives always encouragement. Therefore, in our Krishna consciousness moment, there are different festivals. Rath Yatra, again a good encouragement, where we can have the direct experience of reciprocating with Krishna. Janmashtami, all that, these festivals are there. Our Acharyas has designed this whole Krishna consciousness structure in such a way that always, regularly we get chance to again re-establish our lost relationship with Krishna. Now this depends on us. Yes, Rose. Thank you. I think time हो गया. एक last question.
हरे कृष्ण। ये उधर लिखा था कि लॉर्ड पनिशेस द सिंफुल पर्सन्स।
Yes.
बट सपोज हेलिस प्लैनेट में भेजते या फिर इन लाइफ में भी बैड कार्मिक रिलेशन आते हैं, पर जीवात्मा फिर भी भूल जाते हैं।
थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं है, थोड़ा दूर रखिए, थोड़ा समझ नहीं रहा है।
हेलिस प्लैनेट में जाना पड़ता है सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज के लिए, और कभी कभी लाइफ में भी बैड कार्मिक रिएक्शंस मिलते, पर फिर भी जीवात्मा मतलब आने के बाद फिर से भूल जाता है कि उसने हेलिस प्लैनेट में क्या क्या एक्सपीरियंस किया, या फिर जो पनिशमेंट मिला वो भूल जाता है।
यस।
तो फिर उसका पर्पस ही लॉस्ट हो गया, मतलब कि वो भूल गया।
सो जो जनरल पब्लिक के लिए जो रिएक्शंस आती है, सफरिंग आती है, दे गो टू हेल और दे गो टू स्वर्ग, सो दैट्स reaction of their sinful activities or pious activities. So here in the purport we are talking about especially devotees. The punishment given to the devotees is not due to karmic reaction. That the shloka I was referring to, Srimad Bhagavatam 5:8-29, that was sometimes Krishna very lovingly gives some miseries to the devotees, his dear devotees, so that now he just deviated from his path of devotional service. So now he can re-establish in the path of devotional service. So normally for outsiders, the reactions, whatever they are going to hell or heaven, that are due to their karmic reactions. And then Krishna gives them a chance. Now in this human form of life, they are getting chance. All scriptures are available, facilities are available, everything is available. Now again depends on the free will of every individual tiny living entity, what he chooses. He again chooses misery or he chooses Krishna. So every time Krishna gives all facilities. Krishna sends Bhagavatam, Krishna sends pure devotees, Krishna sends all facilities to do devotional service. So there is Krishna is not away, he is there always. Now that depends on our desire, how much we are eager to achieve that greatest mercy of Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So please forgive me if anything I offended you. Just like Prabhuji mentioned, I said we. That was not intentionally. It was by mistake happened. हरे कृष्णा. थैंक यू वेरी मच. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. समवेत सभी भक्तवृंद की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.